Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and I am quite excited to be back. But first of all, thank you very much for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. Today, the US Navy destroyer branch is at the honors, and we are calling this series Nostalgia's Grind for a good reason that I will explain a bit later in the video. But for now, let's get straight into the details of the ship we're about to sail in. Starting off our series with the Tier 4 ship of the branch. The USS Clemson embarks 8 times 102mm guns in a 4x2 gun mount configuration with a top firing range of 8.6 kilometers. She also carries an impressive torpedo system of 4 triple launchers. Top range on them is 5.5 kilometers at a speed of 56 knots. She sits on 10,900 points of health and reaches a top speed of 35 knots. Her almost non-existent anti-air system is rated 4. Her surface detection is 6.8 kilometers and the armor thickness goes from 6 to 21 millimeters. For the modules I've installed, we have Main Armament Modification 1 and Propulsion Module Modification 1. For my commander, Preventive Maintenance, Last Stand, and AR. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute Robin, what's up with the low skill commanders? Well, I wanted to re-experience the slight struggle of having to sail a ship that isn't at the peak of its performance. I have decided to grind the entire US destroyer line again on a side account with few resources and limited skilled commanders. That way, I will be forced to adapt my gameplay and get out of my habit of slapping 19 points commanders on ships with all modules researched and upgrades mounted. Take it as a way of getting back to the roots of the game. For those who played World of Warships for a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and for those who came in more recently, well, you are experiencing the grind right now. But that's enough of these descriptions. Let's put some footage behind these words and take the Clemson to battle. And here we are, on the map Big Race, Domination Mode. We got ourselves a south spawn, and we decided to directly move towards the renowned destroyer territory of this map, right over these islands to the west. You can be sure that if you go there, you will encounter another destroyer. This is a pretty common area to rush early game. And with the Clemson, well, you kinda want to go CQB since that is where the ship can excel. I'm not advising to rush in open water, of course, but playing around islands and ambushing your enemies at point blank is pretty much the bread and butter tactic of this ship. I gotta say, this feels kind of funny, that I am sitting here at my desk doing a full episode and commentary on the most shameless seal clubber in the game. But hey, we gotta play fair. This is a line review after all, we have to go through all of them. No tier 2 and no tier 3s though. I did not really bother trying to get footage with the Samson and Wax. Not that much action down these tiers, I guess. And well, talking about action, we do not have to wait too long to get some. Enemy Podvoisky appears in front. That thing can actually outgun me in an artillery brawl, but I have the island cover to my advantage, and I can try to outmaneuver him. Although, the way he sails and shoots kinda tell me that he's a bot. Torpedoes into water though. I hesitate on dropping my third and fourth sets, but I don't think it's required since, well, he sails right into them. First blood, devastating strike, and bot or not, I'll happily take that. We got a bail though. We have an enemy Phoenix closing in the distance. We eat a couple of well-placed shells, nothing dramatic, but from here we can now engage the American cruiser with our very potent gun system. I mean, for its size, I gotta say Clemson embarks some firepower. I mean, not like the Phoenix has any kind of armor to repel this 102mm HE, but we are doing some decent damage on the target overall. Oh right, I forgot to mention, there is also 2 CVs on each team, and I'm pretty sure that they will be both sitting on the far west of the B line. So if we can break through, I can easily go CV hunting. But for now, well, we have to deal with that Phoenix and apparently 2 enemy Clemsons that we just saw on the minimap. Friendly T-22 is going to throw himself in the mix. I decide to set along and rush the American cruiser through that smoke. Although Phoenix decides to use his hydroacoustic search, and well, we are spotted. Not that big of a deal. The Phoenix is going to make a hard maneuver to try and dodge the T-22's torpedoes and run into mine instead. Second frag of the game. A bit of a luck in that, I have to admit. But now we have to try and deal with these 2 remaining Clemsons. One of them is dangerously close. I might have to bail out of my smoke by fear of incoming torpedoes, but he beached himself on the island. I'm trying to blind fire his last known position to try and incapacitate his engine, and that is exactly where I'm going to drop my torpedoes too. Now, we have some enemy planes coming our way. I'm a bit worried about these rocket planes. This thing hurt destroyer rather hard at all tiers, and oop, we hit the Clemson again. Set a fire, that's good. Our smoke is about to dissipate though, but our friendly T-22 laid down another one right next to us. Clemson takes my torpedo, third frag, devastating strike number 2, and we hide in the smoke just in time for the rocket planes to miss. We are progressively clearing out that flank. Only 1 Clemson left, we take some suppressive shots at them, and it's time to close in the distance from the enemy cap. The other flank is quite okay, we don't have to worry about enemy destroyers pushing our base yet, we can feel free to commit. I gotta be a bit careful now though. I do have an enemy Kaiser right in front of us, but while I'll still sustain the fire on the enemy Clemson, I decide to just go for it. I'm hoping that the smoke in front of me isn't about to dissipate yet. It was laid down by the enemy Clemson we killed, and I don't know how long it will last. At this tier, honestly though, the tactics are secondary. You just have to dare and see what happens. So here we go, Kaiser. Have some of my torpedoes. Now, technically, I could have, or even should have, turned away and tried to take some cover, but I'm willing to gamble and use my port side torpedoes, ensuring that the Kaiser takes as many as possible. And yep, indeed, the German battleship has us on lockdown now. We either have to hope for bad aim or bad dispersion. Shot is incoming, and nope, we basically get halved, but that's okay, we are still afloat. 4 torpedoes make contact with the Kaiser, just barely enough to kill him, but friendly Omaha lands a shell and takes the kill. Just 1 more ship to deal with and the flank is ours. T-22 is pushing and I'm sure as hell going to assist him. Both enemy CVs are aware of the threat we are presenting though and are sending more planes our way. I also took a bit of a beating and won't be able to sustain multiple strikes. I have to let my friendly German destroyer take the hits in my stead for now. Shells are landing on the enemy Clemson. We are slowly but surely walking him down. Although our friend is not doing too good, and right as we kill the Clemson, he gets taken out by a torpedo launched by the enemy Hosho. Okay, well, now I am left alone in this flank. Although it's perfectly fine since now both enemy CVs are exposed. We still have an enemy Königsberg lurking around their base, but if we play our cards right, we can hunt them both down. It's just a matter of dodging incoming strikes and closing the distance as fast as possible. Although nothing really fascinating happens in the next minute, so I'm just going to speed this up a bit until we are in range of these carriers. In the meantime, we got the High Caliber and Confederate achievement. We are sitting at a comfortable 90k damage dealt, not that bad, and hey, we also found both CVs. You can't hide now, can you? And while I am gunning down the Hosho, I am going to send my torpedoes towards the Langley. Now, don't ask why I decided to launch them ahead. Even I can't really explain it. Langley was reversing and for some reason I was expecting him to be smart about this and change speed and course. But nope, he ain't doing nothing and these torpedoes are gonna miss. I'm also under fire from the other enemy Königsberg, but I'm waiting for my torpedoes to reload now before I deploy my smoke and hide from the German cruiser. If I smoke right here as well, No one will give vision on these CVs anymore, and I will be left blind. Rocket planes are missing, bombers are underway. These CVs are having a hard time finishing me off. I'm actively maneuvering, but I'm so close now that this is just a constant stream of airplanes. Not like it really matters, since CVs do not run out of them anymore. But at least, when a CV is destroyed, he cannot send more now, can he? Langley destroyed, third devastating strike, and our Kraken unleashed. Hosho got the torpedo planes up though. They only drop one at a time, but she's starting to be accurate. And yep, surprise! She drops the perfect torpedoes, and there's no way I can evade this now. We trade kills at the exact same time, and finally, the clubbing is over for me. The enemy team is left crippled and heavily outnumbered. I do not have to worry about the outcome of this one. And after a while, we indeed secure our victory. Total damage dealt 147,000. Around 7,000 XP earned and over 300,000 credits gained. We achieved 3 devastating strikes, Confederate, First Blood, Kraken Unleashed and High Caliber, landed 14 torpedoes and sunk half of the enemy team. Good old Clemson Brawls, right? Okay, I know this might not have been the most skillful of all plays, but it was a fun battle regardless, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Well people, this video is coming to an end. Thank you very much for watching it all the way through. If you've liked the episode, thumbs up. If you did not, thumbs down. But stay tuned anyway. The rest of these episodes are going to drop at a quicker pace, so, as always, there is more content to come about World Warships. Also, if you want to participate in this series, please feel free to send me your awesome replay at my address, thesailingrobin@gmail.com. Currently looking for a Benson game or any other premium USN destroyers. I also want to review them, why the hell not? So people, until next time, you have a good one, and you take it easy.